Well, the weather is lovely at 24 degrees Celsius here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Good morning and welcome to your daily dose of sunshine, Sunrise Daily. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf, and I'm not alone.
Oh, most certainly you're not alone. Well, maybe the dose of sunshine this morning is rationed in the city of Lagos, because in some parts of Lagos right now, in the Lekki axis, I understand that it has rained heavily, and the sky is looking quite misty and cloudy on this part. That's why perhaps temperature right now is going 26 degrees in the city of Lagos. Amaya Makinde, welcome to the show.
Well, indeed, Ayowa, we're busy looking at the weather and the temperature that the weather is giving us. I know it's certainly heating up in political circles, as we have been saying on this program, and it's certainly set to get hotter. Well, yesterday, following a day after the call for a broader coalition by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, we saw members of that coalition adopting the African Democratic Congress as their party, as the coalition or the party they're going to be using for the coalition moving forward. However, there has been quite a number of reactions to that. First, we saw the presidential candidate of the ADC in the last general elections reacting to that and calling them all manner of unsavory names, saying they're geriatrics who are, have come through the back door into his party. Well, we'll see how that eventually pans out in the days ahead, but clearly we've not seen the last of this, which is what we're going to be talking about this morning. But here's a report on how it went down yesterday when members of this broad coalition, largely former members, some of them are former members, it's unclear now whether all of them have resigned, but we do know that the leader of the coalition was Senator David Mark, resigned his membership of the PDP. Here was how it went down when they adopted the ADC as that party for their broad coalition.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, as well as the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, arrived at the venue of the conference by the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in Abuja. The hall is filled to capacity with a mix of politicians who were hitherto of different political parties.
Former governor of Edo State.
Proceedings were intermittently interrupted with cheering applause as members of the high table are introduced. The national chairman of the ADC, Mr. Ralph Mosu, officially hands over leadership to former Senate President David Mark as interim national chairman and Rauf Aregbesola as interim national secretary. The former national chairman of the ADC explains the reasons for his decision to step aside.
We are setting in motion a new way of leadership that is boldly visionary, deeply committed to improving the lives of our people and restoring our country. We don't have any doubt. We don't have any doubt that in the man we all decided to resign so that they can pedal this canoe and get us to the villa.
Official membership card is presented to the interim national chairman and secretary, symbolizing the official adoption of the ADC as a platform for the opposition coalition.
Thank you very much. This is the back of the coalition.
Let it be known today across Nigeria and beyond, the opposition is united. The platform is ADC. The time is now. The mission is clear. Rescue Nigeria, rebuild Nigeria, return power to the people.
The coalition aims to provide a strong unified opposition to the ruling All Progressives Congress and mobilize citizens to vote out the ruling party in 2027.
Well, you heard Senator David Mark there, who is now the new interim chairman of the ADC, saying their mission is very clear: rescue Nigeria, rebuild Nigeria, and return power to the people. But it doesn't appear that all members of the ADC are on board with this idea. I did tell you about the presidential candidate of the party, that's the ADC, in the last general elections. Here's what he had to say.
For you to hold any office in that party, you must have been a member of that party for at least 2 years. These are gentlemen who just picked party membership in the last couple of weeks. How do they then appoint themselves? Who appointed you? Can you be a party official without a convention? We have not had any convention. You know, so what they have done, everybody understands that is a case of someone buying a bad product. But what they never expected was that these gentlemen, who they see as common peasants, common Nigerians, that they will have what it takes to stand up and stand against them, and that is what you're saying. I assure you, tomorrow you will see the state secretaries, the state women leaders, the state youth leaders, all converging in Abuja, just hearing that their party has been sold in the media. So at this point now, the state chairmen are seeking to have a special convention so they can bring a leadership into the party, and that is what we are in the process of working with INEC now to get a date for that convention. Unfortunately, like I said, our party constitution does not allow new members to hold party offices. So these people are excluded or precluded from participating in that convention.
Well, that is Mr. Atiku, who was the presidential candidate in the 2023 elections. This morning, we're being joined by he's the only one I know, he can clarify if there are others, political office holder, elected political office holder in the ADC, who is a member of the House of Representatives. Honorable Leke Abejide joins us. He's a member of the African Democratic Congress. He's from Kogi State, and is also the chairman, House Committee on Customs and Excise Duty. You're welcome to Sunrise Early this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Nigerians.
So last we checked, you are the only elected political office holder. Is that correct?
Yes, at the national level.
At the national level, okay.
In my state, I have state assembly member.
Oh, you do?
The minority leader of the State House of Assembly is an ADC.
Is a member of the ADC. So at the national level... Interesting. So that you're not just, you know, an ADC member by mouth. You are someone who has also... I
equally brought another House of Rep member, I think you are aware.
So...
In the 2023.
In the 2023 elections. Yeah. So how are you viewing development within your party?
Well, let me start from what Dumebi said, that you cannot be a member except you are 2 years. Dumebi himself, I don't think he's a member of this party. He joined us in 2023. I knew him only when they came back from the so-called convention that they have elected him as presidential candidate, and they brought him to my house. The former national chairman now brought him to my house, and I told him, I don't deceive. I'm for Asiwaju. So I cannot tell you I'm going to support you. I'm going to support now President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That I don't want you to see me on television tomorrow and say that I deceived you. So that was the first time I knew him as a party member. I have been in this party since 2018, and I'm the face of ADC in Nigeria. I believe you can say so. If you say ADC is only existing in Kogi State. So the development, well, as President said, he said there is freedom of association. You can go, tomorrow now, I can decide to go to APC. Nobody can stop me. So for them to come to ADC, it is their own right to do that. So to me, and for the national chairman who resigned, it's his own right. He can resign and go to any place he wants. But as for me, that coalition is not going to end anywhere.
It's not going to end anywhere.
It's not going to end anywhere.
You know why I have asked you? Because as you said you can defect to the APC tomorrow. But at other times you have said that you are not defecting to the APC, that you want to stay in your party. Are you changing your mind about that? Let me quickly get that out of the way.
Of course, you can see people coming from... People we never expected can come to ADC are now there. So you expect me to also to move? I can decide tomorrow to go. Because those people coming in, I have never played politics with them. And I don't think we have anything in common. The people that have anything in common mostly are in APC. And right from the president, the chief of staff to president, Honorable Abiodun James Faleke. These are my people. These are my leaders. So you should see it from there. So that's why you see, maybe fighting. What is he fighting for? Can you stop somebody to associate? It's under our law.
He says that they have joined through the back door. That the
where is the back door?
That the chairman of the party, he's no longer the chairman who handed over. Mr. Ralph Wonsu was no longer the chairman when he handed over. You cannot hand over something.
Let me tell you this three. I'm the financier of the party.
You're the financier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the financier of the party. You see, even this same Dumebi did a lot of things against me when I was contesting the governorship of my state. He went and brought out people that were not known in the party, gathered them together so that I will not be able to get the ticket. And again, for this national chairman to be removed. And I told them, I said, this man owns this party. We didn't know when he formed the party. Even those of us who have been there since...
Mr. Ralph Wonsu?
Yes. Since 2018, we met him there. We negotiated with him to take the party to the states. So you cannot say you want to drive him out of the party. He said they didn't do convention, and they went and did their convention. I witnessed it. He gathered some people together. They went to court. Up to the case is still in Supreme Court. They just withdrew the case from the Supreme Court. All the state chairmen, all the people he's talking about, they agreed, they signed. And they withdrew the case from court. And now they are all gone.
So from what I gather, you're not in support of the statement of Mr. Dumebi Kachiko. You seem to be more in support of Mr. Ralph Wonsu, whom you say can do with the party as he pleases. Is that correct?
It's not that I'm supporting Ralph Wonsu. It's his own right to do whatever he wants. He can resign. I told you, tomorrow, even today, I can decide that I'm leaving ADC. It's within my right.
So he didn't speak to you about these new members that are coming in?
You mean the national chairman?
Yes, the national chairman.
He spoke with me. They tried, but I didn't attend any of their meetings. There's nothing they didn't do. I didn't attend any of the meetings because I don't believe in it. So something that I know is not going to work, it's not going to bring any success. Why should I put my effort in it?
Well, you look at the clout, the generality, because some people say, isn't the idea behind any party, isn't it to win elections? Isn't it to have more members and have a reach across the different parts of the country? If you look at the caliber of people that have now joined this party, the ADC, are you saying that you do not believe? Because someone like Mr. Peter Obi, he got close to, he won 12 states. He won in at least 12 states. As a matter of fact, people who voted the Labour Party believe he actually won the elections in 2023. You have
if you win the election, you'll be the president now.
You have Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who also got a sizable, he also got 12 states in the last elections as well. Are you saying that these people, bringing their forces together, are not capable of causing a big headache to the APC?
Yeah, they can cause headache. I'm not saying that. And I also advised that you should not take them for granted. I advised that. And go and write it down. I said it. They will have a lot of National Assembly members. They will have governors. They have state assembly members. It's true. That is, you can't take it away because there are local elections. Difficult to read from anybody. So, but they cannot get the presidency. And go and write it down with it. Because you see, as you see, is a master of the game. Somebody who was not president was outside. Everything was against him. First of all, they brought scarcity of fuel. I was one that motion that this will arrest the saboteur that time. And then that one went off. Immediately we went on recess, they brought Naira design. So we could not come back. It was during recess they do that. So, and there was no naira. So everything just against him. He still won. So now that he has so many people with him as a president, so is it now you will take power from him? It's not possible. So I'm not saying that they will not make him part. Definitely they will make him part. But that impact will not lead to gaining the presidency.
This is in spite of the fact that a lot of Nigerians...
And let me tell you something, you know...
Just a moment. This is in spite of the fact that a lot of Nigerians are dissatisfied with the performance of the APC so far, given the level of hardship that has. I mean, take a look at it.
People forget so easily. People forget so easily. I want to ask you, Assad, end of 2022, early 2023, can you boast of 2,000 naira in your pocket? I want to ask you. It's as bad as that. Then, if you look at it and since this president came, the issue of fuel scarcity has gone. What we need is the steady, and you even see the prices are coming down. People don't look at it that way. They want Rome to be built in a day.
I'm glad that you say people don't look at it that way, because at the end of the day, it's the same people you're going to go and be asking for votes. So if they're not seeing it that way and they think...
People are already seeing it that way.
Which people now?
I'm talking of the masses.
You just said people don't look at it that way. People want to be built in a day.
Few people who are play politics with it, they're the ones that don't see it that way. They know the truth, but they don't want to. Because you know politics, even though your opponent is doing very well, you will not see good things. You will see the bad one.
Well, I know that my colleague Ayo has questions for you. Ayo, over to you.
I'm waiting for his question.
Thank you so much, Honorable. You know, okay, so let's begin with something that you have said repeatedly. You've talked about what Mr. Atiku said. Well, he quoted a part of your constitution and saying that a 2-year minimum is required for you to be a full member of the party. Now, this is 2025, and of course, the election is supposed to be... No, he said to hold
position. To hold position, that's what he is saying. Okay. Not to be a member.
Well, no, yes, to hold a position, yes, thank you. So, is that to say that even the convention, whichever convention they hold, and these new people that are interim or whoever else is coming on board, is that to say that whatever they do, whatever decision they take is invalid?
You're supposed to ask him also whether those state chairmen resigned and do they actually sign to withdraw their case in court. These are the questions you're supposed to be asking. And again, in any political party, there's always a waiver, whereby they say, okay, you are just joining today, we have waived for you. Has he asked whether that was done? So these are the things. And you see, the president himself said there's a freedom of association. We have a state governor who just came to APC. And just recently, and I just said it here, that tomorrow I may decide to move from this ADC and go to where my people are. So it's a freedom of association.
No, but you haven't really answered the question, Honorable. Just a second. You haven't really answered the question. Is his position valid according to the constitution of your party?
It's not valid, that's what I'm saying. I just said it here, that himself, I knew him only in 2023, he was not a member of the party, and he contested the presidential seat under the same platform. Was he up to 2 years in the party? So that is what I'm telling you. Okay. So that there is a waiver in any political party. They can say, okay, you join today, you can be this, you can be that tomorrow. So it does not stand.
Okay.
That is the truth. But
how about the other comment?
And again, nobody stops him from going to APC. If you decide tomorrow you're going to join APC, fine. So, me, I don't believe you impeding on the Constitution. Well, the Constitution says you have right of movement, association. You don't need to go and be talking on television and be saying you don't have this right. Constitution is the ground norm. Give the power to everyone.
How about his position? And I think it's something that you might also want to speak to, because it's a political party. Consequently, all shades of interests are going to have to be factored in. So that argument about the state chairman, or rather state chairman of all of your, across all states in your party, do you see them all getting on board with this coalition?
Well, all of us are not on board on this coalition. I am not there. And I'm the face of the ADC, so everybody cannot be on board. In fact, as a matter of fact, most of them are ready to move into APC. That is just the truth. And in the next few days, you will see them.
Will you also be moving?
If they're going to APC now, will somebody stop them and say they should not go?
Well, you already said that you haven't attended any of the meetings of the ADC.
Yes.
So which one would you be attending? Would you be attending an APC convention, or the ADC convention that is supposed to hold on soon?
Well, just give me a few, like in the next 2 weeks, you will know which one I'll be attending. It will be clear to everybody in Nigeria.
Are you moving to the APC?
I cannot rule it out.
What's the chance?
Because
what are the chances?
Even now as it is, I said, just mentioned, I'm one of the people who are very close to the president. And then you see the chief of staff to the president is my direct boss. Onefaleke is also my leader. So it's a parable now. You know where I belong already. Even the national tax chairman that he is talking about, you see, in the 2023 presidential election, I'm talking of Chief Ralph Nwosu now, he supported Labour, while I and my people, including the national secretary of the party then, supported Asiwaju. So we have always we'll be having very, simple understanding. We've never fought over anything. And even up to now, I already told him my intention, even before today. And that's why he doesn't disturb me, I don't disturb him. Let everybody find his own level. Where you think you can function well, you go there.
Honorable, given that you have made such sacrifices for, and as the face of the ADC, as you said earlier, do you feel betrayed by the system, the leadership of your party, the ADC, that all of this happened and you weren't really given a right of say, so to speak?
In fairness to them, they carried me along, they discussed with me, but I told them I cannot be part of it. In fairness to Chief Ralph Nwosu, he carried me along in all the processes. I knew what they did more than a year ago. Somebody, I don't want to mention his name, from Osun State, approached me and said that they want to use my party to contest governorship in Osun. The next governorship, I think it should be next year. And I said, why? Why my party? In the far away in Osun, they say, yes, that's the party they want to use for next presidential election. So I'm aware of all this since last year. But everybody has his own game. And my own game in the next 2 weeks is going to be clear to everyone.
Now, what would you say is the difference between your party and any other political party that has made it the preferred choice for this drove of people who have come into your party?
You know, in Nigeria, you know it, and everybody knows it. There is no party with clear ideology. Almost all of them are the same. You just move in to do whatever you can do. Like in my own party now, if you see, in my own federal constituency, I have free education, which I've been doing for the past 7 years, even before I came into the government. So, and that is the system I brought in. So I have free widow social welfare that I do every year. And then if you come to my constituency, you feel the impacts. You see a lot of things going on. So people believe that ADC has a good program. Yes, we have a good program, but it depends on the individual. It is about the individual. It's not about the party. Maybe they just see it as the party that people can easily recognize. You know, I was just telling Marco here that our logo is very easy to identify. Handshake. Shake me, I shake you. So people who can easily identify that party, and it's up on the ballot paper. Instead of you to be going down to look for S, you can easily come and see ADC before even go to APC. I think these are the things they consider, and then they took the party.
Now, speak as a statesman now, if you can, Honorable. So many people have been touting the fear of a one-party state in the country. And it is one of the issues that the coalition has tried to muster against the APC as at now. Do you think we have the scare of a one-party state in the country?
I don't believe so. And I don't believe it's going to be. Even you can see from what happened yesterday, those people you saw, they are not lightweight politicians. So you should know that it's not going to be a one-party state. This I can tell you. You're going forward, except, and if and only if they cannot agree, because most of them there want to become president. So the issue of candidacy may be the problem. Who will become what? Who will fly the flag of the party? Like somebody was saying this morning, that Obi will not like to play a second field to be a vice president. So he too may want to contest. So that is, once this coalition collapsed, that's the end. And even with this coalition, to me, it helps APC. People don't know. It's a blessing in disguise for APC. You know why? Now, PDP still remain. All the PDP governors, they are there working, trying to put the party together. This is another party coming up. So it may be what happened in 2023 that's going to repeat itself in 2027. Whereby, in fact, demanding that Azwaju will give themselves will be like maybe 8 million votes difference. Because all of them will be fragmented. And to me, I want this coalition to continue while the PDP equally put themselves together so that the election can be smooth for us.
It seems that your party, the ADC, has always been the darling of coalitions with the intention of unseating a current president. In 2019, for instance, we understand that former President Obasanjo, put together a coalition of sorts to unseat the president of the day, President Buhari. Do you think that is the same thing that's about to happen?
That is the third force of that time. I believe something like that, but I told you, they will have governors, they will have members of National Assembly, they will have state assemblies, but not the presidency.
What makes you so confident, Honorable?
Okay, I just give you a scenario here that this person they are fighting, the president, he was not even a president, he was outside. Even the part that beat them, most of them were against him. I knew I was in government as well now, at that time. And somebody from outside, they didn't even think he was able to get, he would be able to get the ticket of the party. He got it. Then after getting the ticket of the party, all the parameters changed against him to make APC look as if it's the worst party. Yet, on a personal level, not because of APC, he won. And now, he has more people to his side. And he's a sitting president. Nobody wants to joke with the sitting president, and he's even doing well. So you are in Lagos, come to Abuja here, whether you can know your way again. So, and I believe it is like that even in Lagos where you are. So, you see infrastructures, see state governors. Some in many states, including my state, they were unable to pay salaries. But during this President Asiwaju, they cleared the backlog. They started paying pensioners, and also even giving these leave allowances that have not been done for 16 years. People are now, masses you are talking about, they are not benefiting this government. And then you will see the time will tell when the election comes. So me, I'm a grassroots politician. I have been winning on this party back to back. Not only winning, I brought assembly members and I brought another rep member. So I'm a grassroots politician, so I know what the masses are saying on ground. It's not about what people, just big people say on the television. He will win again.
Well, Honorable, why we look at the permutations for that, because you must not discount the fact that, you know, there are currently difficulties that ordinary, everyday people are facing, and these difficulties are real. Even the president has acknowledged these difficulties in terms of the increased price of fuel,
they are
increased
reducing
cost
now.
of transportation.
See the prices of fuel coming down, prices of food coming down. Let me tell you, last year I planted corn. I went into agriculture. And how much? I think 80,000 naira was per ton for corn, for maize. But now they're selling it 35,000. So I cannot sell my own maize. They are still at home.
Okay.
So is it not a good thing?
While I am not discounting the price of maize in the market, I'm still saying that the price of things in general are still up.
Everywhere in the world.
For the everyday person.
So when you travel to London.
Whose income, you just told me that I didn't have 2,000 naira in my pocket as of 2023. So how come I'm traveling to London? But what I would like to say is that things are still difficult for the everyday person, for the regular. And I think what has really wasn't the situation, much as the president has tried to negotiate a new wage with Labour, yes, not Labour Party, Labour.
Nigeria Labour Congress.
Nigeria Labour Congress. It has still not been enough. The difficulties are still there.
I agree with you.
Know, with the workers. So you heard them at the last May Day, and some of the things that they, that they shared as their grievances and what they would like the president to look into. So these things are still there. And then to top it all, you still had in the last elections, the votes and the spread and how it looked across the country. People had said that the generality of Nigerians voted against the APC. It was because the opposition was divided. That was why the APC
and that is what is
had
happening now again.
So this time around, this ADC, they are saying it is a coalition. It is a broad coalition. They too are not going to be sleeping on their oars. These are the first people that we're seeing. These are and you have said it, you have acknowledged it yourself, they are not lightweight politicians. We're talking about Peter Obi, who got over 6.1 million votes in the last election.
Of course,
former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, over 6.9 million votes in the last elections. And, the president won very narrowly, very, very narrowly. And that was challenged very squarely in the court. So this time around, people will say that they will be very ready, not just on the field, they will also be very ready in the courts as well. So what is your thinking? What would you be saying to, the APC? What would you be telling them? Since you're not yet a member, but you believe that the president will win, what would you be saying to them at this point, to be adjusting so that the Nigerian people, if they're going to win again, will be able to vote them?
What are we saying to APC is, number one, not to take these people for granted. They should also work harder. Then, these ongoing reforms should be hastened up. And they should make provisions for all those contractors who have done a lot of projects for Nigerians. If you go across the country, you see a lot of roads being done. Some of these contractors are crying. So they should make sure so that this money can circulate down to the masses. So I believe once that is done, and they are also putting their house in order as they are doing now, because you see, let me tell you, it's not a matter of maybe I'm supporting president, no. You see, election is won by people, and people believe in leaders. If you look at the number of states that APC control now, it's much more than any political party in Nigeria. Even my party, ADC, we have no governor now. We have no senator now, except those who will decamp very soon to join the party. And APC already has more than how many governors? Almost 30 governors. Maybe 27 or 20, I don't even know the number. But, and these people too, they will not be sleeping. They will equally be working to make sure they don't fail. Because if they fail, they are also going to pay the consequence for themselves. So I'm advising the president, the APC leaders, and those of us who are supporting the president that we should not go and sleep. We should be watchful, even among us, those who will be there and be working against us.
Well, you say us. So for me, it's already hinting at the fact that the APC could be swelling its ranks by one more House member in the coming days.
I have always been supporting the president.
Indeed. No, what
I have never one day against him.
The APC will be swelling its ranks. You have been supporting the president outside of the APC. It means what I'm saying is that you most likely will be joining the APC in the coming days.
You cannot rule that out. Maybe very soon. Maybe. Very soon.
It's more, we'll see. I mean, clearly, only time will tell. And I don't think that we have to wait too long. But just very quickly, I want to ask you this. This happened in the House yesterday. The House was taking a resolution to say we're not going to be considering bills unless, you know, the Senate is also considering our bills. We're not going to be considering bills sent to us from the Senate. One would have thought that, you know, that would have been sorted behind the scenes. Why was it very important for the House to bring that to the fore?
Maybe the fight behind the scene, it didn't work. Because I remember this has been happening for so long. When Senate bill comes, we'll pass it with speed of light. We don't even debate it, since it's already passed there. Because it's a bicameral legislature. So we believe that we should support each other. But when our bills go there, they don't do anything about it. So now that it has reached the highest point, I think that's the best way to go. So that Senate can know that without us, they cannot have any law.
Has there been any reaction so far from the Senate? Have they reached out?
They have not reached out.
That you are aware of?
That I'm aware of. And definitely they will have to reach out, because otherwise that's the end of any bill in the National Assembly. Well, because no house or no particular chamber can pass a bill without the other.
We'll see how developments eventually go between the Senate and the House of Representatives, and also within the ADC as well.
ADC now is the most popular party now in Nigeria.
Yeah, we think that.
And I have said this.
You'll be proud of that.
I've said this more than 2 months ago, that ADC will become second largest party in the next few months. It will consume PDP. And
that's the party you want to leave?
See, it is not about the party now. The party cannot win election.
Okay.
Do you understand? It is about the person. That's why did not win, because it's office space. I think that they made the mistake and brought somebody else. The APC will have gone.
All right.
It is on a personal level that
we will keep
the candidate determines what the outcome of the election will be. Let them go and bring another candidate in that ADC. And let's see whether he can confront the president.
We really do have to go. I have to thank you very much for coming on the program this morning. Honorable Leke Abejide is a member of the African Democratic Congress, the only
the national leader of the ADC.
Well, the only elected official at the national level of the party, and he's also the chairman House Committee on Customs and Excise. Thank you once more for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Taking a reaction to Honorable Leke Abejide's assertions as to what he believes will happen with the APC and also the ADC. Well, joining us this morning is a member of that coalition. Chief Dele Momodu is our guest right now. Chief, I'm just going to take you quickly to the front page of The Guardian this morning, and their headline is quite interesting. They say, anxiety over PDP's future as ADC excites aggrieved politicians. Now, I have underlined aggrieved politicians. Is this a coalition of people who are just generally unhappy with the PDP and the APC?
Well, I think The Guardian has become a bit sensational these days, because even yesterday, I had calls to respond to their headline where they said Northern PDP members join coalition. And the pictures they themselves used showed a broad spectrum of politicians from across Nigeria, not Northern Nigeria. So today, if they are saying aggrieved, are Nigerians not aggrieved enough? Are Nigerians not angry? Are Nigerians happy with the way the government is running the affairs of Nigeria? So to say aggrieved politicians, it means that Nigerians are very happy. And that is not The Guardian. The Guardian normally does not behave in that manner. So I'm shocked that they will say aggrieved politicians. Will you call Baba Yegun, the former governor of Edo State, the former chairman of APC at his age, will you call him aggrieved? We worked actively together while we were in exile, you know, during the Nadeco days. Would you call him aggrieved?
Well, no. These are Francis members. Some of them are members of the, I mean, you just referred to Chairman Oyegun now, who was I think the first chairman of the All Progressives Congress. And some people will say such a founding member to now be in a coalition against his own party clearly shows that he's aggrieved.
No, it tells you that it's responding to the mood of his people. If his people are aggrieved, then it will represent them in that coalition. People are aggrieved. People are suffering. And this government is behaving as if every day is Christmas. Aggrieved for what? What else does Baba want at his age? But if his people are angry and they believe that this party will lead Nigeria to disaster, then every right-thinking Nigerian, every patriotic Nigerian must join forces to stop them. We are drifting towards a one-party state. They are blocking every party. So there will be no formidable candidate to contest against Tinubu in 2027.
So what is that?
He paid an hotel in Abuja for yesterday. They refunded their money. Everybody is living in fear. Is that not enough to worry all of us, including journalists? So everybody is just picking, cherry picking. You know, no. Nigeria is for all of us to rescue. For God's sake.
So let me get this clearly.
I know you might not be able to answer, but is this the Nigeria of your dream? Are you better today than you were two years ago when this party took power?
This party took power. No. This party took power in 2015, sir. And in 2015...
No, I'm talking about the Tinubu government, the Tinubu administration.
So
at least when Buhari left, we saw what he left, no matter how bad it was. But it is much worse today. That's all.
Okay. Let me ask you this about the PDP, because there had been concerns about the PDP's future as to whether or not it was going to be the platform for a viable opposition, so to speak. Clearly, that is not working out. And last we checked, I think you were, I don't know, did you join the PDP? Because I know you spoke. Yes, you did. I mean, because you've been a member of the PDP. You actually ran as a member, as a, presidential.
As an aspirant.
Yes, as an aspirant on the platform of the PDP. So I shouldn't have asked that question. But nonetheless, people are asking, are you resigning your membership of the PDP to be a part of this coalition since a party has now been adopted?
Without any doubt. People are leaving the carcass of PDP to Wike and his cronies. That's all. it was a prophecy foretold. Look, the ruling party does not want competition in 2027. So what they are doing now is to send their moles into every major formidable political party. You can see that even Peter Obi does not. Everybody keeps talking about PDP. Nobody is talking about Labour. Is Peter Obi in control of Labour today? The answer is no. Even Kwakwaso, that they are trying to woo into APC, is in control of NNPP today? The answer is no, because the ruling party has already infiltrated all these parties to ensure that there will be no competition for Tinubu in 2027. And that is why what happened yesterday was audacious enough. I've never seen that kind of coalition. Even when we were doing coalition for Buhari in 2014, 2015, it was not this powerful and impactful. What I saw yesterday rekindled my hope in Nigeria, that Nigerians will not sit down, arms akimbo, and allow one man to hijack an entire country. That was the message. It's not about power, it's not about anything, it's just about the right of Nigerians to be able to associate responsibly. It's nothing personal against Tinubu. Yesterday, for me, the hero was the founding chairman of APC being present and being very active in a new coalition to unseat his own party. He told me that there are true patriots in our country. It's not about friendship. It's easier for all of us to join APC and sit down there and watch Nigeria drift into petition. But we said, no, this is not about food. This is not about ethnicity. This is not about religion. This is not about friendship.
Well,
it's about patriotism.
Chief, I certainly know that we will take you up again on on developments within the coalition and how it intends to spread its base across the country. But this is just an initial reaction from you. We had invited someone else, but he didn't show up on time. We had hoped to speak with you tomorrow, but we have to thank you so much for joining us at such short notice. Thank you so much for being a part of the program.
It's always a pleasure and a delight speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Chief Dele Momodu.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we have to wrap up today's program. We have to thank you for being such wonderful company. I'm Maupe Ogun Yusuf.
And I'm Ayo Makinde. Do enjoy the rest of your day.